Your top stories here in your Sunrise Smart Start this Tuesday at 6:46. The new quarterly report on crime in Rochester is out, and it confirms shootings and homicides are down compared to last year, though car thefts remain at an all-time high. Mayor Malik Evans plans to once again extend the state of emergency on gun violence, bringing us to a year on that now. Those shootings have decreased by 28%. Homicides are off 46%. Meantime, RPD has made 251 total arrests this year for stolen car cases. Another success announced, the County JEDS program, that's Juvenile Enhanced Diversion Stabilization. City officials say after bringing 59 kids into that, once released, only 3 were repeat offenders. Still, the mayor emphasizes stolen cars, that's the big problem.
But even more dangerous, this past weekend, when you have little kids who did not take the 5-hour course. First off, we have adults with licenses that have problems driving. So imagine 12, 13, 14-year-olds driving. It increases the danger even more. And I know people personally that have been hit by individuals who are not old enough to operate a motor vehicle, that have hit people, run stop signs, crashed into people's houses, hit other cars, and this is a county-wide issue.
Evans in that briefing also touted the success of resources in the city like Pathways to Peace, the reentry program, Rochester Police Collective, and more. Speaking of stolen cars and that issue, 3 people arrested last night after a gunpoint carjacking and police chase in the city. This started around 8:15 when police responded to calls on Upper Falls Boulevard for the carjacking. The stolen car hit an RPD cruiser while leaving the scene. Officers chased the car to Brighton Henrietta Town Line Road, where it stopped after police say it became disabled. They didn't elaborate on that. An adult and 2 minors were taken into custody. 2 of the suspects have minor injuries. Police did not say how they were injured. The sharp rise in stolen cars, mainly among Kias and Hyundais, is driving up the price of insurance for your vehicle. Dave Kirsch with AAA tells us insurance is about addressing the risk, of course, and because so many of these cars are getting stolen and damaged, a lot of these companies are raising rates. He says this even applies to you if you don't own a Kia or a Hyundai. If you do own one of those models, some insurance companies are refusing to write new policies for those cars or adding them to an existing policy.
You're seeing a rate increase of at least over 10% with a lot of insurance carriers right now. And yeah, unfortunately, it's putting people in a bit of a bind. You know, everyone's right now is, looking to save money, but their insurance keeps going up. So, everybody's kind of shopping around right now for that new insurance.
Not all car insurance companies have the same guidelines, so shopping around is the key if one place denies you coverage. A federal grand jury has indicted 7 people in connection to an illegal gambling operation in Rochester. The undercover investigation into the gambling ring started in September 2020. Prosecutors say wiretaps followed that November with a search warrant carried out at a Blossom Road location in April of 2021 during an illegal poker game. Authorities determined the group generated more than $10 million in winnings. Concerns over the proposed move for UPrep, that is the University Preparatory Charter School for Young Men. Those continue. The school is looking to expand to a vacant property on East Ridge Road in Irondequoit after 13 years in the city. That's because with 450 current students and more on the way, UPrep needs more room, officials say. There are plans to build more classrooms and athletic spaces, but homeowners are voicing their concerns over congestion, the environment, and their property values.
It would allow development that's inconsistent with the town's comprehensive plan, which does not anticipate citing school uses or commercial uses in R1 districts, particularly whereas here it would disrupt a residential neighborhood. This comprehensive plan drives the point home by noting that even higher density residential uses should not be cited near less intensive residential uses, and should instead be located where there are existing commercial uses, centers, and public transportation, neither of which is the case here.
Nor is the application concern a commercial use or the attempt to alter or expand a non-conforming use. To the contrary, pursuant to Section 235(8)(a)(3) of the zoning law, private, nonprofit elementary and secondary schools accredited by the state of New York are permitted uses in R1 residential districts, and UPrep is just that.
A lot of debate there. A decision is expected coming up the next town board meeting. Ontario County remains under a state of emergency after flash flooding Sunday evening. Neighbors and first responders are working to get all the water out of homes and basements. The governor was there yesterday afternoon in Canandaigua touring the area, saying this could have been a cataclysmic event.
You think about the scale of this event. This is something that people train for, they're ready for, but rarely do they have to activate. But last night, they stepped up.
Looking ahead, a lot of people are waiting to see what insurance will and more importantly will not cover after seeing the damage from the flooding. The sheriff's office says it spent the day removing debris from Canandaigua Lake, and deputies are asking anyone out there, maybe you, trying to get on the water in the next few days to reduce your speed and take caution. This comes as they're worried more debris could float out there and surface due to the flooding as it washes out. Some cancellations to tell you about because of the flooding in that area. Lincoln Hill Farms pregame event set to take place tonight before the show at CMAC is off. It's canceled. The actual performance coming up at 7 by the Tedeschi Trucks Band is set to start on time. The Wayne County EMS service is now up and running this summer, answering calls. Hayden Wentworth heard from county officials about the new launch and why it's needed. Hayden.
Brennan, it's called Wayne County EMS, what used to be Lions Ambulance Service. The change officially launched 2 weekends ago, and these first responders have been busy already. Lions is just one of 4 town ambulance services that will be switched to the county's hands. County leaders say they'll eventually go out to SOTUS, then cover the east and west sides of the county. Part of the reason, they say, small town ambulances need the support.
There's a whole host of reasons why a lot of the smaller, let's say, town ambulances are struggling. So that's what the county developed this program for, as a safety net for all those. Quite frankly, we see some more ambulances services going out of business in the near future. So it's going to be, there's definitely going to be a need.
They just hired 21 new full and part-time employees, and there are plans in the future for new openings as the county expands these services. Brennan.
All right, thank you for that. Sunrise traffic here at 6:53. Still looking good out there. If you're getting ready to head out and be safe out on the roads, headed off to work, wherever you're going. This morning, we'll have another live update on sunrise traffic if there's anything to warn you about, any detours coming up during CBS mornings at about 7:25. More news here. Rochester is honoring the LGBTQ+ community this month. Yesterday, City and Trillium health officials gathered to kick off Pride Week with the annual Pride flag raising ceremony at MLK Park. Pride is known for being celebrated here in Rochester during the month of July as opposed to June in many other places. The mayor spoke with News 8 about what it means for the city.
I think it gives me hope. It gives me hope that the way to drive out darkness is to bring in light. And I think that's what we're doing here today, is bringing in light. And it's important for us to celebrate it by this symbol that we have here. And I think that helps push in that light to give people inspiration, but let people know that they're not alone and that we stand with them.
The mayor also emphasized the need for the community to uplift one another, which is what makes events like this one so special. Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra's Around the Town concert series makes a comeback for the summer season. Those began tonight at 6 at the Maplewood Garden Pavilion. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Around the Town concerts are free every Tuesday until August 1st. You should bring your own blanket or lawn chair. We have more information about the lineup at rochesterfirst.com. Now to your forecast. Maybe that's what you want to check out this evening. Maybe you've got Little League, other sports going on.
Yeah.
Or just want to sit out and get some yard work done.
Oh, man, it feels like every other day.
I swear, I thought I could get away with cutting the grass once a week.
Yeah,
and now I see my neighbors out every other day, and
right.
I'm just, maybe I should be too.
I think last year, I don't think I cut my grass once in the month of July.
I was about to say, I think I went 4 weeks or so, and it wasn't bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just a lack of rain last year. It's the opposite situation. Been a deluge so far, a lot in the Finger Lakes as well. Today, we're likely dry. We'll go just 20%, but you see the chance for rain going up. Tomorrow, scattered showers. That's going to focus in the afternoon. And then Thursday, I bumped that up from 50 to 70%. Just did that. As new model information is coming in, and it does look like a wet stretch Thursday. Friday, we'll include rain there, but we'll go isolated Saturday, scattered. The wording here is important. We don't just throw words up there. And you see numbers staying generally in the mid-80s, afternoon highs. or overnight lows in the 60s. So yes, our air conditioning's still kicking on, but it's not really working in overdrive, which we'd like to see.
All right, thank you, James. Thanks for watching us here at Sunrise this Tuesday. CBS Mornings up next. We're back here in half an hour.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.